see a lot of people online. Hello, everybody. A very warm welcome to the morning here in San Francisco. I'm Walter van der Weijden. I work as a senior economic advisor here at the Consulate General in San Francisco, and wish a very warm welcome to the 10 winners of the Academic Startup Program 2020. And of course, also a warm welcome to our KTO mentors online today. Today we have a prep session NL, as we call it. We are basically onboarding onto the MentorGen platform for both the 10 winning startups and also the KTO mentors. And we will talk about it later on. There's a lot of colleagues coming to talk about it as well later on. But now, first and foremost, again, a warm welcome. This is the first meeting in a series of meetings towards our program in the US, our virtual program in the US this year, starting in February. More about it as well. But I would like to ask you one thing to help my colleague here in order to facilitate a smooth transfer to the breakout rooms later on in the program, to please put your first and last name on the Zoom so that my colleague can identify exactly which person has to go in which of the two rooms. And please also stay muted. That would also be very great because we have a lot of people online and it would get a little bit messy if we hear a little bit of sound. So that's very good as well. So I would also thank very much our speakers today. We have an interesting lineup of speakers, and first we have Mr. Peter Waasdorp from the Economic Affairs and Climate Policy Ministry. He's Director of Entrepreneurship, and of course most of you will know the Economic Affairs Ministry is the sponsor and the founder of the Academic Startup Program. So I'm very happy that he will say some words, some opening words. And then afterwards we have Martijn Verwegen. He's a Director of Research and Knowledge Transfer at the VSNU. And he will give an overview of the Academic Startup Program from his perspective. So first, I would like to give the floor to Peter. And yeah, please go ahead.
Thank you. And a warm welcome to all of you entrepreneurs at this prep session of the Holland in the Valley Startup Program. My name is Peter Waasdorp. I'm the Director for Entrepreneurship Policy at the Ministry of Economic Affairs and Climate Policy. And my job is to make life easier for people like you, to make life easier for entrepreneurs, to work and to build a better business climate. So first of all, I would like to congratulate you all with winning the title Best Academic Startup of 2020. And that's well deserved. You're building amazing companies, science-based companies, and you're building solutions for societal challenges. Some of you have developed great solutions that contribute to better health solutions, or work on the energy transition or the food transitions. Others have developed great noise cancelling solutions or crowd management solutions. Whatever the solution is, all you have is a big positive impact on our society. All your companies do have that. At my ministry, we believe that you, entrepreneurs, science-based entrepreneurs, lead the change. We need you in this country. We need you in Europe. We need you as a society. We have many top-level scientists in the Netherlands. And we are in need of entrepreneurs like yourself that show that this science can have big societal impact if you want to. Valorization, that's sometimes called. You entrepreneurs lead the change, and we need your solutions to fight the big societal challenges. Therefore, my ministry supports this competition, also organized by the VSNU, ACTI, and TechLeap, of course. We are proud of our academic entrepreneurs, and we want to encourage entrepreneurship within universities and medical centers. We believe that we can increase the impact of science on society by encouraging entrepreneurship. That's why my State Secretary, Mona Keizer, will put you in the spotlight during the Impact Show on the 20th of January, and she will award you a voucher for the participation in the Digital Growth Program, which will be organized by the Dutch Consulate General in San Francisco. Unfortunately, it's not possible to visit Silicon Valley yourself, so we have developed a digital program that will help the growth of your business. And you will be introduced to a network of entrepreneurs, investors, and other companies, and you will have access to a coaching program with dedicated mentors. Walter van der Weijden from the Consulate General in San Francisco will share some practical details later on, and you will learn everything all about it. So this will be my brief talk. I wish you all the best with your entrepreneurial journey, and we are very proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Peter, for these kind words and these opening words. So we're looking forward to working together with all of you and certainly also with the ministry on this. So I would now like to give the floor to Martijn, who will give an overview from his perspective at the VSNU. Martijn, please go ahead.
Well, thank you very much. Well, the VSNU, or as we like to be known, the Association of Universities in the Netherlands, together with our partners, of course, the TechLeap.nl and the Academy for Technology and Innovation and the Federation of University Medical Centers, have basically been occupied the last couple of months together in the program called the Academic Startup Competition. And we have 10 fantastic winners in this competition. That's you guys. You have basically shown that not only in the Netherlands do we have an amazing ecosystem of academic startups that are coming from the universities and the university medical centers and our knowledge institutions, but also that you are really able to solve society's challenges. I'm seeing people who are developing drones that can individually see what kind of plants are ripe for harvesting. I'm seeing people who are able to have noise cancellation installed in windows. These are really vital innovations that show the potential of academic knowledge in addressing these kinds of challenges. And you were not alone in this. There were 57 of you initially in this competition, and we have 10 winners out of a field of 20 finalists. That's great. That shows how broad and vibrant this ecosystem is, and we have the ambition to go further than that. Ultimately, all 4 of the organizing partners, we all want one thing. We want to create the best ecosystem for academic startups in Europe, right here in the Netherlands. Let's make this the innovation and knowledge delta of Europe. And you are all prime examples of that. And I'm hoping that you're going to enjoy the follow-up program, which we have to thank the Ministry of Economic Affairs for. We have to thank State Secretary Keizer for this, and the consulate who are going to organize it for you. But last but not least, congratulations to all of you for coming this far, and I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you very much, Martijn. Looking forward also working with you the coming weeks and months. So a couple of practical points and highlights of these practical points, and then afterwards my colleagues Michael and Dorrit will go more in depth on the different elements that will be relevant to you in the coming weeks and months. So to go back, this is the second year of the Academic Startup Competition. In 2019, we had our first 10 winners, and you probably all heard about it as well. And that's those winners, they got the prize. That was 1 week in Silicon, or 1.5, sometimes 2 weeks in Silicon Valley. That took place the first week of September 2019, and yeah, I could say it was quite a resounding success, and we had a very enthusiastic startups afterwards. We had a great program. Of course, this time will be a bit different because of the pandemic. It will have to be online, but that also has some advantages. So maybe we can go into that a little bit later as well. But we are very happy to have the new cohort of 10 winners with us in the coming weeks and in the virtual session in 2021. So maybe it's good to go over the dates, the important key dates, the coming weeks. So today, of course, we have the prep session NL with the onboarding on the MentorGem platform, which of course is our proprietary platform, which connects to our Holland in the Valley mentor network. So it's really important and very successful, and basically everything will be happening on this platform. And our colleagues later on in the breakout sessions from MentorGem will be talking more about it, and we'll go into the fine details to get you onboarded. The next step, the next date important is on 9 December. We have a live pitch event with David Beckett. So that's another live event, and you will be invited for that very shortly. A few days later, on 11th of December, there will be a legal session with Wilson Sonsini. So that will be about the legal do's and don'ts. Of course, very relevant, certainly when you want to do business in the US. And then all along, starting today, basically, once you're onboarded, there is preparation on the platform. There's different modules you can use. anytime you like. So then there's no time restrictions like we have today. Of course, with the 9 hours difference, there are some restrictions. But the preparation on the platform, of course, you can take anytime you like. And then also in the coming weeks, you will be contacted by Michael and by Dorrit on the intakes, the very important intakes. I mean, it's clear why we do intakes. We really want to learn about you, and we want to tailor-make the program for you. We want to give you a program that is best suited to your needs. Then in January, on the 26th of January, we have the US matchmaking Holland in the Valley session. There we will link you, so the 10 startups, to our US networks of mentors and partners. So that will be on the 26th of January, a live session. And then the actual program will be starting the week of February 8th. We will not give you too many details about it yet. It will be a 4-week program. We, of course, will base a lot of the structure of the program on the intakes we're doing to make it really worthwhile for you. We know you're very busy, especially leading all your ambitious startups. So we thought about this. The physical meeting was, of course, more compressed in 1 week, but the good thing about and the benefit of having an online meeting is that you can spread it out and make it more manageable for everybody, make also the knowledge observation better, if that's a good word. So we are planning to spread it over 4 weeks, starting the week of February 8th. But a lot more information about our virtual program you will get later on, and certainly also during the live session on 26th of January. I'm very, very happy to have my colleagues Dorrit Roest here, our Holland in the Valley manager, community manager, and also Michael Doyes, our US-wide startup liaison. And they will be telling you a little bit more about all the details. So I first give the floor to Michael, and yeah, please take the floor, please.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone, and good morning to the ones on the West Coast. Really happy to meet you all in this digital session. I am going to share my screen. I'm Michael Doyes. I'm the startup liaison in the US. I work for the consulate in San Francisco. But I want to talk a little bit about the why, the what, and the how we're actually going to help you. So let me start by sharing my screen. I have a few slides, and I'm going quickly, so please bear with me in this instance. But I'm really happy that you're here, and Peter made a reference to that. We have a lot of global challenges that are out there, where we need innovative solutions. And this is where you guys come in, obviously. And the impact on all of these solutions will be huge for us. But please, let's not forget the next generation, which is the first generation to grow up completely in an internet-connected society and have a very different perception of how the future should look like. And we should bear that in mind now, while we're working on solutions for everyone's future. And we need to do that because if we look at all the old business models in the various industries, what we can actually see is that these standard business models are really getting obsolete. So we need innovation. And innovation, this is where you come in, because we see a lot of innovation in different verticals from the startup community. In the words of Constantijn van Oranje, the special envoy of TechLeap, the Netherlands is known for being very innovative, and our startup ecosystem locally in the Netherlands is quite robust. I mean, we rank high on in startup rankings in all kinds of publications. But the key issue is that we want our founders to look more at the borders outside of the Netherlands. They need to be scaling and internationalize a lot faster. This is one of the reasons why we have startup liaisons in various markets. We're looking to create what we call these Dutch unicorns in the making. I mean, everybody knows Booking, everybody knows Adyen, big names doing well, but we need a lot more of those. And this is why we're investing in the startup and in the scale-up community. So I'm on a mission with my colleagues to help you, the most promising Dutch startups and scale-ups, launch their business in the US. How do we do that? We do this by providing you with access to talent, access to technology, access to capital, and access to markets, clients, partners. We do that throughout the US. We're active in various hubs. And what you will find across the US is that these various hubs have special niches. Yeah. However, if you look at the Bay Area in San Francisco, obviously it's a very well developed ecosystem with a focus on many different verticals. And this is sort of the mecca for entrepreneurship and innovation. And this is why we are hosting this program for you on the West Coast. California, obviously, it's a big economy. It's the 5th economy in the world. For a specific reason, and there's a certain mindset here where ideas can flourish. It's also no wonder that more than 60% of all venture capital money is being spent on deals here in the Bay Area. And we want to help you because we know and we realize that startup entrepreneurship is pretty hard. It's difficult. Yes, you can get this presentation. I see a question just popping up. And I often compare this to one of the missions of Ernst Shackleton in the early 20th century to the South Pole, an Antarctic mission. And he was looking for a crew on this mission. And this was the ad in the paper for his crew. So, let's read this together. Hazardous journey, small wage, safe, return doubtful, and honor and recognition in case of success. Well, let's be honest, if we would see such an ad, and nowadays it would be on LinkedIn, and we would get this in our inbox, would we actually apply for this job? Well, you must be crazy to do that. Well, this is actually the startup mentality, because you must be crazy to join a startup, right? It's not about the money, it's not about the lease car. It's about a certain mission, a vision that you have that you want to implement and that you want to change the world. And this is the reason why I love working with startups. But startups make mistakes, and we want to help you avoid making those mistakes. And the number one mistake that startups make is building something that nobody wants. It's very tempting to be in love with the product and forget about the customer. Well, we will be focusing a lot on the customer side of things. So we want to know who's the customer, what's the problem? Are you actually solving a problem where people actually want to pay money for? That's important to know, and we will help you with that. And how do we do that? Well, when I started more than a year ago here in San Francisco, everybody asked me, okay, can you write up a strategic plan? And I did. But to sum it up in a few words, quoting the words of the founder of Southwest, which back then was a big disruptor in the airline industry, I have a strategic plan and it's called doing things. It's the startup way that we do things. It's build, measure, learn. And obviously this is why we also need your feedback to pivot along the way and to make sure that all the things we're doing are the right things, because we are here to support the startups. So we've created a program, a startup program, where we help you shape your ideas. We look at your plans to launch, in this case in the US, help you become ready, sort of help you build to become ready to scale, sell into this market. And we do this by matchmaking you, by connecting you to our ecosystem. We've also launched a Dutch Founders Academy, which is a full online academy, which will be available on the platform. I'm working on the curriculum as we speak. Again, this is a work in progress, but there are some core parts of this curriculum that are already available. One of which is the pitch training for the US with David Beckett. It's all in a do-it-yourself mode because we realize you are busy, you are entrepreneurs, and we really want to make the most out of your time. You can read a lot of books becoming an entrepreneur, or reading about other entrepreneurs, how they've become successful. I can send you a list with very interesting books on how to do business here in Silicon Valley and be successful. But I think it's more intelligent actually to find people that can actually help you. This is why all the programs and all the activities that we set up are mentor driven. And these mentors can help you with a few things, one of which they share personal experiences with you. You will have an opportunity peer-to-peer to share experiences with other serial entrepreneurs, which is very, very valuable. On top of that, they can provide you with some expertise in certain areas where you lack that expertise and help you navigate in complex situations. And more importantly, they also have a network. And sometimes it just takes this one connection to push your business forward. Now, if you do a job interview, you prepare. Yeah, everybody prepares for a job interview. However, do you also prepare when you're going to launch your business in the US? Well, I've noticed that a lot of founders actually don't. They just come over and trying to set up some conversations. Well, I want to make sure when you come, and we have plenty of time, you are really well prepared. It's not easy to start business in the US, but once you have it and you build the traction, you're going to be very, very successful. But you have a one shot only. It's a very professional market and it's very competitive, but we will help you with that. And when we connect you, engage you with our mentors, think about this. Do arrows make you uncomfortable? And we will have a lot of mentor sessions that will talk about the product and the way you've organized yourself. I hope that everybody in the cohort is what we call coachable. It's very important for an entrepreneur to also listen to feedback. And obviously you need to evaluate and assess that feedback every time you hear this, because, you know, a mentor is just a mentor. But if you hear 100 times the same thing, it's probably something like wisdom of the crowd. So we want to help you with that. Tim Ferriss says success is correlated with the number of uncomfortable conversations that you have. And we do this really to help you further along. Now, you are all professionals and adults, so we're not school teachers. We're not going to tell you how you should be managing the relationships with the different mentors. And I got my inspiration from a department store here in the US. It's called Nordstrom. It's sort of the nationwide Bijenkorf in the US. It's a very nice shop, good quality. And if you want to work for this shop and facing off to customers, you get this employee handbook before you can even talk to customers. But the handbook is the size of a business card and it says use good judgment in all situations. This is what I ask from you. When you get into these mentor relationships, just make sure you talk up front about the expectations you both have. We have a mentoring ecosystem in the Valley. Dorrit Roes is the community manager. She will talk about what Holland in the Valley has to offer. But the important thing for you to know is that this is our digital house that we have available in the US. We have these communities in various places in the US, in Boston, in Atlanta, in Chicago, New York, obviously also in the Valley, but they're all interconnected. And it's a platform that allows mentors to find, or startups to find mentors, and startups to find, and mentors to find startups. It's our digital house, and you are welcome in this house. We will team up with you guys. We will become family in this house, and we hope to see you flourish with your business in the US. That's it. My last words. Let's transform all the breeze of ideas that you have into this powerful Sandstorm. I mean, Peter indicated that we need this change. We need you to make change happen. Thank you so much, and looking forward to work with you. Thank you. Over to Dorrit.
Yes, thank you. I am also going to share my slides, so bear with me while I do that. It's so nice to meet all of you. It's impressive what a great selection of companies we have here, and I'm looking forward to work with all of you. Okay, Walter, can you confirm my slides are up?
Yeah, looking good.
Yes, great. Okay, since we're gonna see a lot more of each other, let's start with a quick introduction. My name is Dorrit Roes. I'm the community manager of Holland in the Valley. I'm the boots on the ground for entrepreneurs that want to expand to the US, but most importantly, I'm the main point of contact for the whole community. So including all of you before and during the program here. Before coming to San Francisco, I was a founder myself of the biggest influencer marketing startup of the Netherlands. We created a network, co-working space, an academy, And after 6 years and a merger, I decided to take a step back, and that has led me here to San Francisco. Next to Holland in the Valley, I'm also an online speaker, and I create online workshops on topics like entrepreneurship and marketing. And I'm looking forward to hear all about you guys. But first, I'd like to tell you something about Holland in the Valley. For everyone that's not sure what Holland in the Valley is, we are the Dutch ecosystem in the Valley. We're accelerating entrepreneurs, we're empowering talent, and we're scaling innovation. And this is what the ecosystem looks like. It's a network of different communities with a total scope of almost 8,000 people with an orange heart, as we like to say. We're bridging the Netherlands and the West Coast, but we're also bridging these communities of entrepreneurs, mentors, investors, government, academics, and of course, our trusted partners from Holland in the Valley. And I have good news for you. This is the ecosystem that we will introduce to you in the program. We're excited to open up our network, our family, as Michael just said, for all of you. So how do we actually bridge all these communities and encourage entrepreneurship and innovation? Well, in 3 ways: by hosting 1, programs, 2, events, and 3, creating content, all of which are facilitated by our online platform powered by MentorJam. So first up, the programs. I'd like to tell you a little bit about what we're doing, so you also know with what kind of questions you can get. You can come to us. One of the most impactful programs, and also one that really looks like what you guys are going through, is the Founders Program. It's for Dutch startups and scale-ups and we have curated the Dutch startup ecosystem and have now onboarded these 13 high potential companies that are planning on expanding to the US, get funding here, or both. We coach them, we provide them access to our academy, we connect them to our network of members, with the ultimate goal of offering them all they need to get access to market, capital, talent, and technology and reach their goals here, just like Michael just said. The other program we're running is internships in the Valley, but due to the effects of COVID-19, this program is temporarily paused. And of course, another program we're running is yours, the Academic Startups Program. In a lot of ways, very similar to the Founders Program, but then squeezed into 4 weeks. Next, events. With COVID, our third pillar events, or second pillar events, certainly has been challenging. But I'm so proud to see how we, Holland in the Valley, but also all of our colleagues at the e-consulate took this situation and turned it into an opportunity. We have organized many online events, community catch-ups, webinars, and other events, and introduced creative new ways to get together. And in a super impressive pace, we saw the one virtual event after the other being organized by the e-consulate. And the quick adaptation to a virtual format really shows the Dutch innovative and flexible mindset at its best. So that's very cool to see. Then third up and last, content. I'm offering you a sneak peek of our latest content project, which is also inspiring for all of you. It's to inspire Dutch entrepreneurship in the US. It's our new YouTube series, The Startup Diplomat. We will send links to you through the platform and by email. Second, there's a series of Zoom interviews in our mentor community, which we will also send to you. Here you can see the first one with one of our valued mentors, Mark Zawacki. And these videos are launched on LinkedIn, but I will also make sure that you can access them, because this mentor network will also be opened up to all of you. Third, our LinkedIn community, you're more than welcome to also join them. Now more than ever, our online presence is what keeps us as a community close. So more than welcome to join. And of course, we have our newsletters to keep all of our different audiences engaged. So finally, to top it all off, the most important and impactful content we create is our academy. It's like a public library full of relevant podcasts, blogs, and videos on doing business in the US. And next to that, we have an exclusive section with online courses that we are going to make available for you, the academic startups. And we're actually getting started. Well, today, I'm glad to announce a couple of online sessions that will follow. I have to put a disclaimer to all of this, because we are still adjusting the dates. Once you will get the dates in your email, that means they are final. So keep these in mind, but they might change, but it will give you an overview. December 9th, we will kick off with a live Q&A pitch session by David Beckett. And on the 11th, a legal session by Wilson Sonsini, one of the Holland in the Valley mentors, will take place. And on January 26th, we will have a matchmaking session with the Holland in the Valley ecosystem, also very exciting. This is the stream of events coming from Holland in the Valley. There's also a stream of events coming from Mentor Jam and a stream of events coming from VSNU. So keep that in mind as well. But to get the most out of the session from David Beckett, we have opened up our academy for all of you and are inviting you to follow David Beckett's pitch course in your own time this week. We also would like to give you the opportunity to send in your first draft of your 1-minute pitch next Friday. If you do this, after the weekend, you will get feedback from our entrepreneurship committee. They are ready to look at your videos and send their input. It's all quite short notice, but I promise you this is extremely valuable. So I would say take this chance, but it is optional. And then, last but not least, I would like to end my introduction to Holland in the Valley with an early Christmas gift to all of you. I can imagine we have made you very excited. So in order to for you to get into the Silicon Valley mindset and already indulge yourself in thinking big and the endless possibilities, we hereby would like to offer you an ebook copy of the new book Het Geheim van Silicon Valley, also available in English for everyone that wants it. It's written by one of our valued mentors, serial entrepreneur Wiebe Wagemans and tech journalist Eva Schram, who have lived and worked in the epicenter of innovation for years. It's a good read. I'm halfway and I'm very excited about it. We will send you an email on how to claim your copy. So with that said, a lot of exciting stuff going on from our side. Know that you can reach out to me for anything. I'm looking forward to work with all of you to continue this journey with you. And most of all, just like we do on this picture, have fun. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dorrit. Thank you very much, Michael. That was a great overview. And please, if you have any questions, you can come back to Michael, Dorrit, myself. We all have different functions here in San Francisco, but we are all here to help you. So that will be a great coming weeks. One addition here, the program, the actual program we are working towards is starting the week of February 8th. And will be ending then the week of March, the Friday, the March 5th then. But we are planning not to, of course, have everyday events. That would be a bit much. But we are planning to have 1 to 2 events each week, preferably on the same timing, same day. But we will come back to you on that, like Dorrit said, in an email once we have more details. And of course, also based on the very important intakes we are going to undertake the coming weeks. So more on that later, but the program starting week of February 8th. So now we go to our main point of today. That's the onboarding on the Mentor Jam platform. So we're going to be allocated to 2 different groups. Group 1 for the 10 academic startups will be joined by Estelle from Mentor Jam. She will be providing all the information needed. Michael will also be on that in that room. And the second room where the KTO mentors will be joined by Julian from Mentor Jam. And that room will have Dorrit in as well. I myself stay in the general room to take care of anything happening here. So please, Aisha, please go ahead and allocate the rooms. And in 20 minutes, we will rejoin. There will be a brief wrap up by Michael, and then I will give a closing word, and then we look forward to our next session. Yeah, welcome back, everybody. I hope you had a great informative moment in the 2 breakout in your own breakout room. let's see, I think everybody is back online. So it would be great for Michael to give some final words here, and then I will close the session afterwards. Michael, please go ahead.
Yeah, and Dorrit will do the final wrap up, but very quickly, a few words from my side. We had a few questions about details of the program, Walter. So you know, I've explained to everyone that Dorrit and I will do intakes in the next few weeks, and we need those intakes to really tune the program. But that will be coming up very soon. And then there was also a remark about the pitch training that there's already been a pitch training, but the pitch training that we've developed with David is very much focused and specifically focused on the US. That's still a different animal, doing business in the US and pitching in the US. So for that, I mean, I just want to close. I'm very excited to, this is the first time we meet each other, but we will be meeting in the next few weeks quite a lot. And we're really focused on, developing a great program for you and helping you scale internationally, in this case, in the US. So Dorrit, you have some final words as well?
Yes, it's going to be great. I'm super, super excited. I think all of you, these companies, I mean, we really wish you all the luck, all the knowledge, everything you need to succeed, because we really believe in you. Please know that this whole program is also made with a startup mindset. So we really need your input. Let us know what you need, and we will do that in intake sessions as well. Know that Mentor Jam is our home base. You can always go back to Mentor Jam. The program will also be there, the links to the sessions and everything. And I will make sure, I know that it's getting later in the day today, but tomorrow, if you wake up, you will have an email in your inbox with all the information that you need to really get this journey started. And I hope you're all as excited as all of us are. And from the whole team, have a good afternoon, good evening, and see you soon.
Thanks very much, Dorrit. So thank you, everybody. See you very soon again. Working with you, looking forward to working with you in the coming weeks. And please enjoy your evening.